Most people don't realize this, but the human eye sees less than 1% of the entire electromagnetic spectrum. 1%. Everything we call reality fits into a razor-thin sliver of wavelengths between infrared and ultraviolet. Below that range is infrared, heat signatures, energy residue, movement the eye can't register but the body can feel. Above that range is ultraviolet, high-frequency light that birds, insects, and other animals use to navigate a world we will never visually perceive. And here's the scientific pivot point. Your eyes are blind to almost everything, but your nervous system isn't. The body detects electromagnetic changes far beyond what vision can interpret. That's why you get chills without a breeze, why a room feels heavy, why your instincts flare when someone is standing behind you even before you turn your head. Your biology is sensing more information than your conscious mind can decode. This is where metaphysics overlaps with physics, not as fantasy, but as the continuation of it. If consciousness is energy, if emotion leaves resonance, if life generates measurable electromagnetic fields, then it's reasonable, even scientific, to assume that some form of imprint, presence, or lingering pattern can exist outside the narrow band of visible light. So when people say they see ghosts, they're not breaking the laws of science. They're brushing up against what exists just outside the biological limits of human vision. Some people have neural wiring that's more sensitive to boundary frequencies, the edges of infrared, the edges of ultraviolet. To them, a ghost isn't a Hollywood apparition. It's a flicker, a distortion, a momentary alignment between their perception and a wavelength most eyes can't access. But here's where it gets deeper. Ask anyone who's spiritually sensitive or emotionally intuitive, notice anomalies in their environment. Have you ever seen shadow people? Quick silhouettes. A dark figure darting across a doorway. Movement in your peripheral vision that disappears the second you turn your head. What is that? Shadow people aren't ghosts in the traditional sense. They appear darker than the environment because they register as an absence of light rather than a reflection of it. They may represent beings or consciousness moving at frequencies below visible light, or energetic imprints dense enough to appear as a silhouette. Entities perceived only at the edge of the infrared spectrum, or some form of non-physical presence. Your brain has no visual category to assign. In other words, a shadow person is your consciousness, detecting something your eyes were never designed to interpret. Your body feels the field. Your peripheral vision, which detects motion better than detail, catches the shape. Your conscious mind lags behind, trying to make sense of what doesn't fit into the tiny slice of reality your biology calls normal. This isn't superstition, it's neurology meeting physics. It's perception brushing against the unseen, 99% of a spectrum evolution never intended you to access. Most people hear one station. A few hear the static between stations, and every so often, someone catches a transmission from the part of reality most humans never notice. If nearly all of existence is invisible to us, then encountering something from that unseen range isn't paranormal. It's inevitable. Humanfluence. Out.